Artmage, Sharks, and even Trickstars. Now, this is what Genesys format's all about. Make sure you smash the little crap out of that subscribe button. See, guys, don't miss out on more awesome content. So Carloncho just ran their first event, and we have as many deck lists as possible to talk about here. So Artmage ended up being the victor out of this event, which is kind of crazy to see, but Artmage has definitely been taking down a lot of these events. It's been a constant topping force out of these major circuits. And I mean, fusion deployment for Medius is very, very strong. We also do get to see, we are playing a Crow, but also we do get hand trap allocations in here. We also do get to see that Book of Eclipses are where our point dedication is going. We also do get to see Dark Holes in here as well. So I appreciate the fact that, judging by everything that we've got going on within this deck, I mean, you have very strong answers to a lot of the meta. We also do get to see Dragon's Minds doing their job, and of course, the Herald of the Abyss. Getting those spot removal card or options against very problematic cards is going to be very, very, very important. Next up here, oh, we have another Artmage deck. Wow. Artmage ended up getting both the first and second place, which is once again kind of interesting. I do see we are doing the Raiders Night into the Ark Rebellion. Yes, the OTK machine, as we like to see. We're also playing the Lulu Walleth in here, which is kind of nice. We also do see Grizel Prison, of all things, down here in the extra deck. We've seen Grizel Prison kind of showing up a little bit in Modern Era. You get at least as a discussion point, but to actually see it back here in Genesys is kind of surprising. And of course, we are dedicating some points to Blazing Cartesia. I mean, Blazing Cartesia, if it is able to deploy itself, is by far one of the stronger tools that it feels like these decks, you know, tend to actually get access to. So that's it's kind of an interesting little choice along the way here, you know, for what you can do. But I don't know, I'm very surprised to see this deck performing and doing very, very well. Next up here, we have the Radiant Typhoon Runic deck, where you just slap all of your points into Pot of Greed and go. And I think it's really cool to actually see not only, you know, we can use the MST aspects of this deck as control, but we can also use the Runic stuff to actually mill out the opponent. Now, obviously, I would love to have the ability to recur back my Runic cards, but because the Runic cards are, unfortunately, you know, you can't just slap down a Hugin and get to that consistency upgrade. No, you have to hard draw these cards in order to actually make that happen. But that's fine, you know. This deck has triple Pot of Greed. It can't possibly be a bad scenario, but this is another good case and example of, if I can get my deck off the ground, the opponent's going to have to deal with all these problems. I also do get to see we have some of the haha generator options in the side deck or in the extra deck, but this is really, really cool to see. Next up here, we have Momento. Oh, so Memento's point pricing is very expensive. Those extra deck resources, you don't even get enough point dedication to play the big fusion to dump the fusion to get that value. No, you have to already spend 66 points to play one of each of these cards, which kind of, I understand, does detour people away from wanting to play this deck, but let's call it what it is at this point. You know, you're going to play this because you want the consistency and you're looking forward to trying to get full advantage of why this deck seems like a good choice in this format. Also, I mean, even with the point cost being so high, you know, all of the regular tools that the deck has going for it are available. It's just we kind of got to figure out, hey, you know, do I want to dedicate the point pricing to this and so forth. But honestly, I think it's kind of worth it when you think about it. Next up here is Odon, the defender of the traps. And I've been seeing a lot more of these lists going with the evenly matched at this point. Honestly, I think evenly is a good choice for this deck. You just need to be able to slam down the evenly on the table and be able to have a chance to go second. I wouldn't want to dedicate all my points into a deck just going first. No. But I mean, Odon is fantastic going first. You just kind of lose some value in the evenly matched side of things. And I mean, that's fine. you know, it's to be expected, right? Cards like Torrential Tribute, you know, not having point allocation because they're slightly more fair. You know, your opponent has to actually play into a Torrential Tribute for it to actually resolve and to do the most devastating damage that it possibly can. We also do get to see Iron Thunders, and we have Gamma Seals in here. Yes, being able to deploy a Gamma Seal on top of your opponent's threatening cards really does put you into a much better position. So I think that's really, really nice to see. Next up, we have Sharks with a actual with the canine package in here. Now, so shockingly enough, it's actually the banish version of this deck. I do see that because we are trying to do this version of the deck, it's actually just more consistent to be able to kind of set this up. I see we are playing the overlay monster in the top right, which is interesting. We've also got Hatronades and Dark Holes down on the side deck. I see a nice little Runga Reminiad that's going to require some of them their warrior monsters to make, which is interesting. I like the fact that we're actually playing like a shark-based strategy that actually like wants to fuel off of the banish pile. Like that's actually really, really cool. Also, we do get to see the Radish Horse or the Hasty Horse actually getting some playtime in here. So that's actually really, really freaking awesome to see. Next up here, frickin' Trickstars, man. I bet you didn't expect to see this. And also, we're playing Giga Mirror Forces in here. First of all, you got the burn damage Mirror Force, the back to hand Mirror Force. This deck is meant to slowly just kind of grind against the opponent. Now, we can also Trickstar Reincarnation hand loop away our opponent's hand. I'm not going to say that we're not those kind of people, but let's call it what it is at this point in time. If you're not considering, you know, abusing Droll Lockbird to its full capabilities in this format, I think you're just doing it wrong. We also do get to see the Disturbance strategy down there in the side deck as well, being another power card that we can just toss at the opponent. That's honestly freaking hilarious. Also, we can call up Dimensional Fissures. We have the Brain Control as well to kind of access and do these things. I don't know, man. This deck looks kind of devastating for what you're able to throw at your opponent. Next up here, we have Vanquish Soul. Vanquish Soul has been, sometimes it feels a little bit hit or miss, man. Like, if the deck does get to go first, I mean, obviously it does get its setup, but its current point distribution, it does suffer a lot. And that's kind of one of the more hilarious things that this deck's got going against it. It's just, sometimes it just doesn't work out. I do see we are we are side decking Dark Rulers and Swords of Concealing, but also Hatronades back there. Back row can be a little bit problematic for this deck to have to overcome. Also do see that we're not going like triple full Nash Knight and, you know, triple all that extra stuff. We're actually kind of stepping a little bit further away from that. Maybe that's why this deck didn't succeed as much. You know, you didn't have the triple masquerades and stuff like that you really get the chance to see all of these other builds, you know, kind of bringing to town. Next up here, ooh, we have some Punk. Now, Punk is not a terrible strategy at all. It's just, you got to decide if you want to dedicate other things to it. It's like, again, Punisher is going to be one of your major pieces here. I do see we're also side decking the Materia Actor Trap as well, which, I mean, that card really gives you some options. We also do get to see Ultimate Slayer doing very, very well. And of course, we're a synchro-based deck, so why would we not be wanting to play Gravity Collapse, one of those better cards? Next up here, we have Goblin Bikers with the Radiant Typhoon stuff. This is just rank 3 turbo, man. You know, you're going to turbo through all of this good stuff and basically continue to, you know, put that pressure on your opponent. Like, this deck does wonderful at generating and pushing through the pieces that it needs to do. And I think that's really, really strong, man. I appreciate the fact that, you know, all of these bits and moving pieces come together. We also have Exosister for you. Exosister has been kind of deemed one of the better decks. I mean, you get to play Shifter in this format, right? Like, if you're able to play Shifter, why would you not take full advantage of it? It's just one of those situations, especially we just got new support for Exosister. So your consistency is kind of upping as time's going on. We are dedicating some points to Book of Moon. We are also playing the Daigusto Emerald. I mean, if you do see the Emerald, it does give you some extra little cycling, which doesn't seem too bad. bad. Next up, we have Labyrinth. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't expect to see a lab, but you know, transaction, or, well, the welcome trap card is expensive at 33 points. We also do dedicate our points to the transaction rollbacks, and we are also playing the Destructive Daruma Cannon. Daruma Cannon is a very, very strong card within this format. I gotta tell you, if you are honestly doubting how strong that card is, I think you're gonna be in for a bad, bad time. And then we have some Fire King back here. The entire Fire King package is the thing that you're gonna be dedicating all those points to. I mean, you only get 2 Ukalonics, which is fine. You know, Uka definitely does help you set up. We also do get to play the non-fusion areas down here too, which is good. And of course, we finally do get to see small worlds actually coming into the equation, but very, very, very nice, to say the least. But what do you guys think about all this? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.